Hiya, pals. Let's talk about all the ways Disney has been stealing the magic from their guests. Today, I'm at my favorite valley resort, Disney's Pop Century. We're going to take a little tour and talk about the things that I don't love so much, namely, all the perks that have disappeared from the resort hotel stays. Before we get into it, this is not a dig at the cast members. Although longtime Disney fans can agree that the magic from the CMs is sometimes not quite as magic as it once was, in general, they're still doing an amazing job, and the old-timers in particular are still bringing the pixie dust. I attribute any decrease in the quality of interactions between guests and CMs to the failure of executives and management to maintain Disney's formerly high standards of appearance, behavior, training, and supervision. If you have been to a Disney resort before, but haven't been since the parks reopened, these are all the things you might remember from your last visit that Mr. Chapek, Iger, and DeMauro took away from us during a period when they claimed that the parks and resort hotels were making record profits. If you're a Disney World first-timer, these are just some of the pieces of magic you're missing out on or still being charged for. First up, what I like to call the Fab Four: Magical Express, Magic Bands, Fast Pass, and Magic Hours. Magical Express. International visitors might want to particularly pay attention to this point. Magical Express was a free Disney-branded bus service that would transport resort guests from Orlando International Airport to their resort hotel, the cost of which was baked into your resort stay. As of January 1st, 2022, Magical Express went away and was replaced by a paid bus service from Mears Transportation, which was the same company that was contracted to run the free Magical Express. The new paid service will run you $16 per adult and $13 per child aged 3 to 9 for a one-way trip. Children under 3 ride free. To be fair, this is still by far the cheapest option to get you from the airport to your resort. A rideshare service, by comparison, will set you back at least $100. So, if you are planning on taking the Magical Express to your resort, think again and budget accordingly. Just a little shameless self-promotion, but if anything in this video is even remotely useful to you, please let me know that you want me to keep making content like this by subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting below. That's the best thing you can do to support the channel. Thanks! Magic Band. For those of you who don't know, Magic Band is a wrist-worn device that lets you interact with Disney resort hotels and parks. It unlocks your room, it functions as your park ticket. You can link a debit card or credit card to it to make purchases and use it to interact with elements in the park. Do you need a Magic Band? No. Is it much more convenient? Yes. I feel absolutely lost without mine. There have been 3 iterations of the Magic Band. The original version was phased out between 2017 and 2019 and was replaced by Magic Band 2.0. 2.0 is now being replaced by Magic Band Plus. Magic Band used to be included with your resort hotel stay. Again, the cost was baked in. That ended at the end of 2020. You can still order a Magic Band at the time you book your Disney vacation, but it will incur a separate charge. The new Magic Band Plus typically costs more, though there are some that are on par with some of the 2.0 models. But hey, they have additional interactivity, like making statues talk to you when they work. Also, Magic Band Plus is rechargeable, where the original Magic Band and 2.0 were not. Is that a good thing? Maybe. The charge is supposed to last up to 3 days. But I get about 1 full day out of mine. If you forget to recharge it at night, much of its functionality will stop working, though the RFID function will still work for park admission and ride access. Fast Pass. Fast Pass was Disney's skip-the-line service that also allowed guests to pre-schedule rides. It was free and available to both resort and day guests. Resort guests could schedule up to 3 rides beginning 120 days in advance of their park visit. The best part is, did I mention it was free? The free FastPass service went away at the beginning of the unpleasantness and was replaced by Genie Plus, a complete garbage pile of a paid service. There is, however, a free day planning tool called Disney Genie that is completely useless and only there so they can say, "See, there's still a free option." The part that actually lets you book rides is called Genie Plus, and that you have to pay for. The ride bookings themselves are called Lightning Lanes. The charge for Genie Plus varies by park popularity, with Magic Kingdom being the most expensive. If you have a park hopper ticket and want to use Genie Plus, you're required to purchase the most expensive one, even if you have no intention of visiting Magic Kingdom. That's to prevent people from buying one of the cheaper options and then using it in a more expensive park. Considering the difference is like $5, that seems a little petty to me. By the way, if you get Park Hopper, you're required to get it for everyone in your party, whether they want to hop or not. There are some rides like Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Guardians of the Galaxy, and others that cannot be booked with Genie Plus, but you can purchase what's called an individual lightning lane for an additional fee. But, and there's always a but, you can only buy 2 individual lightning lanes per day. So if you did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron Light Cycle Power Run in Magic Kingdom, then hop to Animal Kingdom, you would not be allowed to purchase Avatar Flight of Passage. The cost for Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes both vary by day. So, for example, if you bought Genie Plus for Magic Kingdom on a high traffic day, you might spend $27. But you also might want to ride Tron and Seven Dwarfs. Those could be as much as $20 for Tron and $11 for Seven Dwarfs. That's an additional $58 per person per day for a previously free service. And here's the best part. You're not guaranteed to ride anything except any individual lightning lanes you may have purchased. You could buy Genie Plus for your entire party and get nothing on a busy day.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
And no, they will not give you a refund. Sorry. For those who point out that Universal Studios Express Pass is much more expensive, you're correct. But that is not the point. Universal's Skip the Line service was never free and nothing was taken away from their guests. Additionally, if you stay at a mid-tier or higher Universal resort, you get Express Pass at a significant discount or even for free. And finally, resort guests no longer get any advanced ride bookings. Early morning magic and extra magic hours. Early morning magic was a perk available to all resort guests that would get you into the park and riding rides up to an hour before the officially scheduled park opening. Extra magic hours allowed resort guests an additional 30 to 60 minutes after park close to enjoy rides. During the unspecified virus of unknown origin, both of these went away. Early morning magic has returned and is now called early park entry for resort guests. They even took the magic out of the name. Extra magic hours is now called extended evening theme park hours. Enchanting. The hours vary by day and by park, so check the My Disney Experience app or check with a cast member. You can scan the QR code below to see the calendar. Early theme park entry is available to all resort hotel guests, but unlike the old extra magic hours, which was also available to all resort hotel guests, extended evening hours are only available to deluxe resort guests. Because forget the poors, right? Package hold. Package hold was a service that allowed you to send items purchased inside the parks to the front of the park for pickup before you left for the day, or to have it delivered back to your Disney Resort hotel. This was offered at no charge. This service went away during the Pocketclips.
It's Poxiclips, full of pain.
And as of November 2023 has not returned. Resort mug. In the olden days, a complimentary refillable resort mug for each guest was included with your hotel stay. When the Disney dining plan became a thing, the cost of the mug was moved there. So, if you didn't get the dining plan, you didn't get the complimentary mug. Once you got your mug, however, you could refill it for free at any Disney resort and other select locations on property. Now, if you want a refillable resort mug, your only choice is to shell out more money, and most of the non-hotel locations for refills are gone. And those were all the complimentary services and perks which are no longer included with your resort stay. Fortunately, Disney decreased the per-night cost of a resort hotel stay to compensate for the reduced service. Just kidding, prices went up across the board. But if you think the list ends with the complimentary stuff, you are sorely mistaken. Let's talk about all the stuff you can't have, even if you're willing to pay for it. Mousekeeping credit. This was one of my favorites, and it's a category of its own because you both had to opt into it, and it was a genuine compensation to the guest. At the beginning of your resort stay, you were given the opportunity to opt out of mousekeeping, the Disney housekeeping service. If you did, you got a gift card for $50 as you were not using that service or the associated resources. Now, by default, you are automatically opted out of mousekeeping unless you specifically request it. At least they aren't charging you extra to clean the room. Yet. Breakfast potatoes. What can I say? Breakfast potatoes were almost as legendary as Mickey waffles. Diced, seasoned potatoes with minced onion and red bell pepper cooked to golden perfection in artificial butter-flavored fry-o-later oil. Songs could be written about this food sent from heaven. Fear not, traveler. If you're in a moderate or deluxe resort, you can still enjoy them. If you're staying in a value, however, you now get deep-fried tater tots. I mean generic potato barrels. Oh, I wish I were joking. Trails End Restaurant. This one is specific to Fort Wilderness. Trails End was an absolutely amazing family-style restaurant that served American and Southern-style food. It was the only table service restaurant in the fort and was a great bargain. Although Trails End did return after the lockdowns, it was closed shortly thereafter in mid-2023. According to what I was told, Trails End was supposed to close and the fort's quick service location, P&J's Takeout, was supposed to be expanded. That created a bit of a controversy, so what they did instead was close Trails End, expand P&J's, and then renamed it Trails End, because why not? Bottom line, the Trails End we knew and loved lives on in name only. If you're absolutely determined to have a table meal at the fort, you can try to get into Hoop-de-Doo Review, which is the only dinner show left on property, by the way. But at $66 to $74 per adult and $39 to $44 per child 3 to 9 years of age, being that it's dinner service only and advanced reservations made weeks or even months in advance are a must, this is not going to be your go-to dining choice. Don't get me started on what they're doing to the cabins. Spirit of Aloha. Speaking of dinner shows, Spirit of Aloha was the dinner show at Polynesian Resort. Aloha failed to return after the lockdowns. The entire area was bulldozed and a new DVC tower is being built in its place. DVC is Disney's version of crime share condos. Sadly, I never got to enjoy this experience and I never will. Also, the new DVC tower is gigantic, hideous, and completely destroys the illusion of being in a private tropical paradise and looks more like a Holiday Inn Express on Myrtle Beach. Good job, guys. Now for the good news. Resort hotel parking's free again. So there's that, I guess.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All in all, I can no longer recommend Disney Resort hotels as heartily as I used to. Disney Resort hotels are easily twice the price of their off-property counterparts and no longer offer any amenities to justify the extra expense. At one time, I was adamant that I would never stay off-property. Sadly, I can no longer say that. However, I do think everyone should stay at a Disney Resort hotel at least once in their lives. Just maybe not every time you visit. The only real benefits are the theming at the value resorts and the convenience of Disney transportation. And heads up, Disney has been removing theming from the moderate and deluxe resorts for the last 3 years, so prepare yourself for that. Lastly, don't expect to hear "Welcome Home" in the mornings unless you're a DVC guest, or to hear "Have a Magical Night" when you leave in the evening. Why? I don't know. It's free. What are we doing, folks? Again, we have to give credit to the old school cast members who are still bringing the magic. If that's you, we love you, and we thank you from the bottom of our Mickey-shaped hearts. You are what will save Disney and return it to its rightful place. So what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is a resort stay still worth it? Are you mad that you won't get to experience all the magic from just 2 short years ago? Remember, we do this because we love Disney, not because we don't. And those are all the things that resort guests can look forward to not looking forward to. Unfortunately, that's just scratching the surface. There's a whole lot more that Disney's taken away from everybody, not just resort guests, in the last 3 years. Join me for part 2 when it comes out, when I get to it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and remember, life's an e-ticket, baby. Go ride it.